Okay, looks like we're getting numbers now. Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Friday, as others have mentioned in the chat. Welcome to Ginnie Mae's multifamily issuer training on pooling and processes. I'm Sean Martin. I'm a senior business analyst and customer experience for the Office of Security Operations here in Ginnie Mae. Before we begin, let me read a brief disclaimer. The information shared in this conference call and subsequent discussion is intended for invited participants only. This call is closed to the press, and all press inquiries are handled through the Ginnie Mae Communications Office. If the listener is not one of the intended recipients, you're hereby notified that any dissemination, distribution, or sharing of this information is strictly prohibited. And please be advised that this call is being recorded. Now I will hand it over to Ryan Locker, who will go over some brief housekeeping instructions. Thanks.
Thank you, Sean. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ryan again. I appreciate you guys joining us for Friday's session. We have a little bit of ground to make up from Wednesday. I think, Wade, you'll have to make sure I left it on the right slide. But then Friday's session is usually a little bit shorter. We have one demonstration, which Wade will be speaking over. We have some polls ready and to be dialed up. If anyone is having any issues throughout the course of the presentation, feel free to hover over my name, which is again Ryan Lockhart. I should be at the top as the host. Feel free to send me a message if anyone's experiencing any kind of issues. If you have any questions regarding the content or the information that we're going over, please feel free to utilize the chat or the Q&A. I'll be making sure to monitor both. And otherwise, the recording is going. Everyone looks like they've done a good job with putting in their first and last name, but just as a quick reminder, if you do not see your first and last name as your avatar, as your icon, please find your name in the participant tab, scroll down to where you see your name or whatever is listed, rename yourself to your first and last name just so we can kind of coincide that with our attendance records. Otherwise, we should be all set. I will now hand things over to Wade. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ryan. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Father's Day weekend, so before I move on, if there are any fathers in the house, just want to wish you a happy Father's Day. And I hope you enjoy yourself, and I hope you're not getting any new ties or any power drill or anything like that. I hope you have a good day with your family. Enjoy yourself, and we appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, so last Wednesday we left off. There's a couple of things that we just want to close out on session 2. And that's have to deal with final certification. Final certification, I just want to tell you what happens in the document custodian space. We'll also mention recertification and request of release of document 11708. I have a feeling that sometime, if I'm hearing right, that you might not use this form, but it's just a part of the process. So we just want to show you that it's actually there to process. Okay, accessing GennyNet. Everybody knows that some of the functionality is still in GennyNet, the legacy system. So we just to do recertification and certain things have to be done. The document custodian actually use GennyNet to still process their pools, although they're on the issuer side, you're now using the PDM, MFPDM, but the issuer actually, the document custodian use that system. So this is just showing you how to access the GennyNet system. So can we move on to the next screen, please? And this document is just giving you an idea of what happens in the document custodian space. Since we don't have a document custodian training as part of the issuer's piece, I just thought I would just give you an idea what happens. When the issuer has submitted the pool to the network, the custodian must certify the pool. Network sends an e-notification to the custodian, advising them that there's a pool awaiting certification. The custodian completes the certification in network. This initiates the pool processing timeline. So we just kind of have the diagram there that gives you that info, it telling you the first section, of course, MFPDM/GenNet, issuer submits pool, document custodian certifies, GenNet sweeps, GenNet network is swept at 2 p.m. and also at 9 p.m. for any pool that has the status of certified. And what happens after that part, it goes on in our space, the pool processing agent space. Pool files are revalidated. That means anything that comes from GenNet or MFPDM, we make sure go through another soft edit check just to make sure all the GenMay rules are in place and everything is good on those pools. And also at this point, we're also checking for commitment authority. So if the pool that you submit at this point is not good, or it needs, we will get a report saying that insufficient fund and certain amount of pools, and then you'll find out that we have to call you as a, we tell the account executive and they'll make the call in terms of that you have to wire money to GenMate so you can meet this pool delivery commitment amount. So you just want to make sure, again, we always stress, make sure when you're checking getting ready to do your pool, you also check your commitment authority balance. So you have the amount of money to cover that pool. So all those checks are actually done up front. Then with the new pool file, we create those QSIP numbers are created and then transmitted to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. On our system, the IPMS GenMate system, of course, we do the approval. That means every day at 4 p.m., we approve those pools to move over to the Fed. Pool files and delivery are created for pool settlements. That means we know what the pool numbers are. We know which pools are going to be settled. And all that information is stored out there on the we call it central registry. That's GenMay's system that everything is housed in. So, and then when the Fed get their report now, they only deliver the pool that are scheduled for that scheduled ready date. They're not, if something said the 21st of June, they're not going to deliver the 21st of June today on the 14th. They'll wait on that until the specific ready date to make those deliveries. But for us, as part of our contract, anything that comes in today, up until we have a 2 o'clock sweep coming, we're going to release in our 4 o'clock, and then all the information goes to the Fed, but the Fed will only deliver the pools that are scheduled for, like today is Friday. So anything that's scheduled for Monday, the 17th, I think. Monday's the 17th, and everything after that, they'll set and deliver accordingly what's on your 11705 form. Next slide, please. It's just some more screens on what happens in the custodian space. The pools to be certified shows up there. So after they do their due diligence, we're hoping everything is okay with the documentation you sent and with the information that comes through GenNet or MFPDM. And at that time, the issuer goes in, or the custodian goes in, I should say, and do the final certification. If there's an issue, they can actually send back a reject message back to the issuer saying this pool had such and such error and they weren't able to certify the pool. So and that will come back on your end, either it's an SFPDM, of course I said it again, Wade, if it's MFPDM and or GenNet. And at the bottom, it just kind of give you an idea what the certified success will look like if the pool was electronically certified success. There was a successful certification. Next slide, please. Yes, and we put this as part of our process. And again, when we're doing question and answering, if multifamily users actually use this, but I think it's actually in our guide, in our issuer guide to for the 11708 request of release of documents. Most people, if they don't do it here, they might do it another way because this form is not actually mandated. That GenMay says if you're requesting your documents, you have to do it in GeniNet, but the process is in GeniNet. So we just wanted to make sure you're aware of that. You can go into GeniNet and set up the information, send it off to the custodian. The custodian will acknowledge that receipt and then send you something back, a notification saying when they will send those documents to you. If I know in the single family space, some people use this to do that request. Other people have their own way of either they send an email to the custodian, the custodian respond to that email and tell them when they're sending the documents to them via FedEx Express. But we just want to let you know, you have the ability to actually do that in GeniNet if you need to do the request. So GeniNet is there still to do it. We're still using GeniNet to do some of these requests. Eventually, everything will move over to the portal that's in the works. Next screen, please. Final certification, research certification, just want to emphasize on this. Once the custodian certifies the pool submission, the pool is considered final certified. That's the process in the multifamily space. In the single family space, it's a little bit different. It's not final certified initial when they touch it. For recertification, if there's an issued portfolio transfer of a document custodian or document custodian transfer, the issuer of record is required to submit a recertification for all affected pools within 12 months of the effective transfer date. All certifications, recertification, are on a pool level and are to be submitted via GeniNet. So right now, recertification are still done in GeniNet if you have to go through that issuer portfolio transfer or a document custodian transfer. You know, it does open up the for those pools within 12 months and you have to make sure you do the recertification for those. So just want to pass on that information. And again, this is all done in GeniNet space. If people are saying, but why is Wade doing this and we are doing everything in MFPDM? Yeah, but some of the function, some of the finish actual pool processing steps or tasks, you still have to revert to GeniNet to finish, to do some of them. So that's why it's still a part of our training process. Next slide, please. And this just gives you the full picture of what happens. When the issuer selects GeniNet, we should have, I thought we had made a change to that GeniNet and MFPDM no, we're correct. This is for recertification, so we're good. To our common for recertification, issuer must select if the recertification is due for issuer transfer or document custodian transfer or custodian transfer. The third one, issuer enter pool to be recertified and select new. Issuer can add or edit record only when the transfer status is certified or rejected. Number two, issuer completes recertification process and then select save. Issuer selects option to apply recertification edits on the main menu. GeniNet edits and flag GeniNet edit pools and flag those that pass the edit. And then of course, number three, issuer select option to transmit recertification. GeniNet transmit data of pools details. Come on, Wade, it's Friday. Transfer details of pools to be certified by the custodian. And four, GeniNet sends e-notification to the custodian that there is a pool to be recertified in GeniNet. And five, custodian receive e-notification that there's a pool to be recertified in GeniNet and perform the recertification. So this is just a process, what happens with the recertification. And of course, this can be found in the GeniNet multifamily training guide. So this still happens now if you actually doing anything with document custodian transfer or you're doing a switch with your issuer portfolio, doing one of those switch, you might have to end up doing recertification on those pools. Next slide, please. And this just gives you what happens. We're just gonna get what the screen looks like when you're actually doing the recertification. We're gonna have the recertification for the issuer, and we also have the custodian recertification, what happens in their shop, since most of the time you don't see this piece on the custodian side. So we just wanted to give you an idea what happens on your end when you have to do the submission, when the custodian gets it and have to do their recertification on the pools that were submitted. And again, recertification is only done right now. I say right now because who knows, Jen May could change that, is done on a pool level, not on a loan level yet, only on pool level right now. Next slide, please. We have some polling questions for session 2. This is all session 2. We just want to finish up on this. So Ryan, whenever you're ready, you can go. First one, where should I process and submit pools for recertification? Should I do this in GennyNet? Should I do this in MAMS? Or should I continue to do this in my current application, MFPDM? Should I do this in GennyNet? I'm gonna do my recertification in MAMS, and I'll just try it also in MFPDM. What's the correct answer there? Okay, we have 88% says GennyNet, and we have 12% said MFPDM. I'm gonna give the trophy to the 88% that says GennyNet. The answer is actually GennyNet. All recertification is done in GennyNet at this moment. Nothing is done in SFPDM. That could be a future enhancement, but not right now. Second question, please. Recertification is due within 12 months after the pool is submitted, within 12 months after the effective transfer date, within 12 months after the pool issue date. Recertification. When would you do your recertification? Is it 12 months after the pool is submitted? We're talking about recertification here. Is it 12 months after the effective transfer date? Is it 12 months after the pool issue date? When is the recertification done? Can we see our answers when we're ready? Got it. It's 12 months after the effective transfer date. That's when the recertification is actually performed on those pools, not within the issue date. Because if there could be no transfer, so there's no need to do no recertification. Let's try the last one. This has something to do with 11708 form. Which reason code are not applicable when completing the HUD form 11708, request of release of documents? We have paid in full, credit score drop, loan substitution, or default. Which one of the is not a reason code that you'll have to select from? Paid in full, credit score drop, loan substitution, and default. That's when you're actually requesting a document back from the custodian. Let's see which one is not on that 11708 form. Nice. It is actually a default is there, I think, is one of the, another one is other is on the form itself, but credit score drop is not there. I don't know if Gentleman will ever put that there. It does connection for the loan itself. So it's 89% says credit score drop. That's the one that's not on the drop down when you're doing that 11708 form. If it's a form you use, you would have seen those 5 reasons when you're actually doing it in GennyNet. I'm not too sure when you do it outside of GennyNet, how do you select one of those when you're doing the form itself? Okay, so thank you for your participation in the polls. Any questions or concerns on this section before we move into session 3? Any questions, any concerns on anything? Okay, Ryan, if there's nothing, let's move on. Then put up session 3. You know, I should tell you, I think it was on Wednesday, they tell us our new branding is now BNY. So you'll see most of the stuff that we have now, it's gonna say BNY instead of BNY Mellon. BNY, that's the new branding for the bank. It's all over, everything has now changed. So you're hardly gonna see BNY Mellon anywhere near, you're gonna see just BNY with our little logo there. So that changed over the last couple of days, actually. So this agenda, we're going to look at the multifamily change and conversions, document custodian transfer requests, and some resources and question. And basically, this is the same information we had from last year. So if the account executive, while I'm going through this, want to jump in to give any more color, don't hesitate to do that, please. Let's move that screen. Yeah, it's me again. Toid is busy doing SFPDM UAT stuff, so he's unavailable today. So let's go through some of the changes. We're going to talk about multifamily conversion type, the mortgage modification, mortgage increase / decrease. And as I said, if the account executive need to jump in on this, don't hesitate to do it. A construction loan pool will convert to a permanent loan that's a project loan pool upon completion of a construction period and when the final construction loan draw is to be issued or delivered. There are 2 ways to submit a multifamily conversion. We have the conventional method and we have the modernized method. And note, all construction loan pools must convert to a project loan. That's a PN. I haven't seen a PL in a long time. So Jen may want to make sure all the construction loan pools are converted to a construction loan to a PN pool. So we have 2 methods. We have the conventional method and we have the modernized method. Next slide. Type 3 conversion. What is a type 3 conversion? A type 3 conversion is the submission of the PN when the manual with the manual return of all the CLC's position with issuance of the permanent loan security, that's the position, through the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Whoever holds or owns all the CLCs must return the position to the Federal Reserve Bank for cancellation so the project loan position can be issued and delivered. So that's a type 3, Next slide, please. When must an issuer submit a type 3 conversion? If there isn't a final draw, if the issuer advances or funds or up to $1,000, I hope I'm saying that right. If the final draw is greater than the scheduled principal collected and loan commence amortization, those are the 2 times you need to do that. Issuer cannot request a type 3 conversion with draw issuance in the same month. Everybody knows that you can't do 2 draw in the same month. For example, if an issuer last draw is in April, you must convert in May, not April. So you have to You have to do that the next time. Next slide, please. You know, there are times when you're doing these training, and this is the piece when I find sometimes I'm not comfortable with. So that's why I usually ask for Jenny May's help if they want to jump in. What is a type 5 conversion? A type 5 conversion is when the final draw and the PN conversion are submitted together for issuance. The final CLC is delivered for settlement, and 3 business days later, the CLC is automatically canceled when the PN is delivered through the Fed for settlement. Whoever holds or owns all the CLCs must return the position to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York for cancellation, so that the project loan position can be issued and delivered. Next slide, please. Yes, ma'am.
Myself out. Good afternoon.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Good. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so let's stop right here for a minute. I want to make sure that everyone understands. Can we go back to the type 3?
Sure. I appreciate it, Michelle.
No problem. So one thing I wanted to say, we'll stop here for a minute. I wanted to say when we were talking about the project loan, PL, we do know that there technically is a loan type that is the PL loan type, but there is an unofficial moratorium on it. So issuers cannot actually select a PL pool type for project loans. The I get the main project loan pool type is PN, which is it allows for non-level payments in case you have step down loans, in case there's some type of insurance claims or anything. So I just wanted to clear that up. And also all construction loans must convert to a PN pool type. While I'm here on type 3, I wanted to know if anyone has any questions. Okay. So remember type 3 conversion, conventional type, the old type, that's probably the least used. It is the least used type. In this, we usually use the type 3 if there is no final draw. If the collected principal is more than the final draw, which makes it once you do the calculations, then there is no final draw. Remember, the minimum amount for a draw is $1,000. In this particular case, for a type 3 conversion, the investor has to do a little bit of work. So they really don't like this type of conversion. Investors will have to return through the Federal Reserve all CLC positions, 100% of the CLC positions before we can deliver the corresponding PLC, the project loan. Oh, the slides are going, but it's okay. So just remember that. Also, another thing that we actually encounter when we're doing a type 3. So the type 3 is definitely a barter system where you give me yours, you give me your CLCs before I give you my PLC, permanent loan. So therefore, especially if that conversion, that type 3 conversion is on the last business day, you will not see the PN pool on the disclosure on the multifamily database until the next day. And we all know that that's where most people receive their CUSIP numbers. So if you have a type 3 conversion and it's at one of the last days, the last day of the month, you're not going to be able to see that CUSIP until the next business day, or most likely it's the first business day of the next month. Any questions? And I don't know, I can't see the chat. Okay, now I can see the chat.
Yeah, I don't see any questions or anything in the
Thank you,
Q&A so
Ryan.
far.
Okay, so let's keep going. Wade. Type 5.
Yes,
Okay, so
let's
type
go
5.
back.
Yeah. So type 5 conversion, the most popular conversion, when we developed this
That's
issue.
the old school version.
No, that's
Oh,
the new school.
no, this is the new school version.
This the new school version.
This is the new school version, yes, type 5.
The type 5 issuers love this because they are kind of like me. They're lazy. They don't want to do any work. So investors don't have to do any work with this. So you deliver the final draw. So there is a final draw. So you have
Mhm.
enough on your 92403 and loan note guarantee convert, because can't leave USDA out. That is $1,000 or more. You have a final draw, and then the final CLC is delivered, and then 3 days later, the CLCs, because CLCs are always temporary securities, and then the PN is delivered through the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. So it's more kind of an automatic system. There's nothing for the investor to do. So disregard that last paragraph.
Oh, so we need to, do we need to take that out now?
Yes, I think you just
Okay.
stop at the first paragraph.
Okay,
Yes, so disregard the last paragraph on there. So yes, so that is the type 5 conversions. One thing I don't know, I'm sorry, this is my first day attending training today. Please note that every month we publish the pool dates calendar, and a pool dates calendar will tell you the last day that issuers can submit for a type 5 conversion, and it usually is 5 business days plus 1, and the 1 day is like a mailroom day or a processing day.
yeah,
So
so
it should be
6.
6, yeah. So 6 days for type 5 conversion, and always have to say that it is Jenny Mae's stance, that informal stance though, that we should not be converting on the last business day. It's to help issuers out, investors out, and to help Jenny Mae out. Because we know lots of times these conversions may not go exactly perfect. So, do we have any questions on type 5 conversions? Okay, wait.
Super, Michelle. Thank you very much for that information and for some also clarification.
I
Much
actually do
appreciated.
see a couple questions that did pop up in the Q&A.
In the Q&A, can I see it? Okay, hold on. Let me look.
Yeah, in the
Oh,
Q&A button. Lois is the first question.
hi. I'm on Q&A. I don't see it, but hi, Lois. Go ahead with your question.
So the question is, so on type 5, the investor does not have to release the CLs before the PNs is issued?
That's correct. On a type 5, it's an automatic system. On a type 5, Jenny Mae, we're basically deleting the CLCs off the system, and then we're automatically 3 business days later, we are pushing out the settlement for that PN pool, so the investor doesn't have to do anything. Now
Cool. And
type
then, oh, sorry. My
oh, go ahead.
mistake. I was going
Nope.
to jump in the second one. That was a long pause, but yeah, finish your sentiment.
No, I
Sorry.
was just gonna say, which is the opposite for type 3. Type 3, the investor has to push those CLCs back through the Federal Reserve Bank. If they do not push, and if there are several investors and someone's not coordinating and they do not push 100% of the CLCs, then we cannot push the PN pool. And we've had that situation a little bit lately. So yes. Go ahead. Oh, wait. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yes, she just responded, said, thanks for clarifying. I knew the release of the CLs on type 3. Thought the same for the type 5. Thanks. Cynthia said, can you please repeat what you said earlier? Cynthia, if you could,
Which part, Cynthia?
yeah, if you want to come off mute, Cynthia.
It's fine. And I do see Lois now, but I don't see
Hi,
Cynthia. Hi,
thank
Cynthia.
you. Hi, hello, how are you?
I'm doing well.
I just missed it. I was writing it down, so I missed a little bit when you said about the last paragraph on the screen with to ignore it. I just want to understand a little bit when you said that the
Oh, yeah, sure.
CL position will be you said canceled by the Federal Reserve. Can you just go into that a little bit? Because cause this is new to me because we've done a lot of type 5, not type 3, but I can understand a little bit on the type 5 how the CL position will be clear. Because a lot of time we have to like confirm with the investors what their positions and stuff like that. So how soon does this position will be clear? Because we have investor come back saying, "Oh, I don't have the position. We're trying to get it through before when we're going through the type 5 submission in the MSPDM."
Okay. So yeah, so let's kind of go back just a little bit. So we're just talking about, okay, so your first question, I think you were saying you were writing it down. I understand that. You got a little confused because I told Wade to ignore the last paragraph. The last paragraph on slide 10, it it's actually incorrect. That last paragraph, that verbiage should be for the type 3 conversion.
Only.
Okay.
So that's why I said disregard that. Because
Okay.
because it's actually the opposite of what the first paragraph is saying. So I
Got it.
don't want people to get confused.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the first part.
Yeah.
So the couple of other parts is yes. So whether you have, well, definitely. But when you have a type 5 conversion, you must confirm with the investors who is currently holding the positions and the proportion or percentages that they're holding, and then who it's supposed to or who should receive the final draw and who's to receive the PN in whichever amounts. So and that's technically should be for PN, excuse me, for the type 3, 2, at least, or who's getting the PN, but also for the type 5. So that's kind of like the normal course of business. You have to do that.
Right.
Right. But on the type 5, you just have to confirm that portion. On a type 3, not only do you have to confirm who holds what and who's getting what, you have to you have to confirm that the investor has the instructions on where to return the positions to Ginnie Mae and on which day they're returning the positions to Ginnie Mae. That is on a type 3. The investor has to actively do something.
Got it. Thank you.
Hold on, right. So in the type 5, which you say you're more familiar with, you are confirming who holds the positions, the proportion that they're receiving, and that's basically kind of it. Once you've set the settlement dates for the CLC and MFPDM and for the PN and MFPDM, which it guides you, right? Once you put the CL pool settlement date, it kind of automatically kind of populates and guides you with the PN date. So that's all you have to do, because once you settle the CL, then 3 days later, the CL is just deleted off the system. It's a temporary security. They're canceled off the system. Between BNY Mellon or BNY.
Yes.
We dropped the Mellon. People drop things these days.
Thank you.
And and the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. So I just want to make sure. And if you have any, I'm sorry, Cynthia, I don't think we've ever met, but which company do you work for?
Wells Fargo.
Oh, Wells Fargo. Okay. And if
Yes.
you have
And
any additional questions,
Mhm.
please just give us a call, myself, Jennifer Burke, Krista, or Patrick.
may I have your name again? I'm sorry. I
Oh, of course, not a problem. My name is Michelle Murphy.
Michelle. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Michelle.
Uh-huh.
Where would I find on the first section, I have so much trouble getting to the training and I missed half of them.
Oh, you
And would
oh,
like
okay, no
you
problem.
mentioned about the guy for about these the training about the guys, how to submit and this question because um we always have run into trouble where there's errors in the MFPDM and was like emailing, trying to get help. So we don't have any guide to go through it. So I
Okay,
wonder
not a
where would
problem.
can
Yes,
I
so
get that guide and also how do I add myself to future training if they're available? Because I got this training to actually thank you to Jennifer who emailed to my managers and I was able to sign up for this section. I really appreciate that.
well, Jennifer does such a great job. She really
Thank
does.
you.
Yes. So, okay. So that was a few things. So there is the Jenny May MBS guide that's on jennymay.gov.
Okay.
Then under, is it modernization, Wade? There is
Yes.
MFPDM. Yes, it's user manual. We tape these trainings, Cynthia, and they're on our Jenny May's YouTube. Well, or there's a link to the YouTube to the trainings. Thank you, Ryan. Right? Okay. To get the notices, you have to do the subscription. You sign up on a subscription. It's like on the very bottom of the jennymay.gov page for subscriptions. And last but not least, Jennifer Burke, who is the rep for Wells Fargo, she will most likely definitely follow up with you regarding all of this.
Oh,
Ryan, you
thank
have
you.
something?
No,
Thank you very
just
much.
You're
all
welcome,
the
of course.
resources are found on the that like you said, the Ginnie Mae issuer training page. And I usually you guys do a pretty good job of uploading the PowerPoints before the sessions as well.
Yes, Cynthia. So we have the PowerPoints slides and we'll have YouTube snippets and we have QRCs for different processes. So we'll definitely send you everything. And then we have Wade and his lovely team. They're here as the customer service desk for MFPDM. What is your proper name, Wade, for your new pool processing?
No, Gen May customer support.
Jenny May customer support. They're here and to assist you. That's Erica, that's Pamela and Sean. Might be some
Yes,
more people. Yes.
it's three of them right now.
Yes.
Getting the staff back together. But right now it's three of them.
Yes.
And of course, if we don't know, we always use our main resource, our Janet Kerr, who
Yes.
can also explain things a little bit more into depth than my team if my team is not too familiar with certain things. So we have the resource if you need help. Cynthia, you can always reach out to us, and on policies, you can always reach out to Jennifer, and I'm sure you'll get help there.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
No
Okay.
problem.
Go ahead, Wade. I think we're good for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Michelle. That was very helpful and very educational to me. And we're gonna get that last piece out of on the type 5. It's not needed anymore. So these are the so maybe we need to get rid of one of these pieces too. The issuer contacts BNY Mellon to obtain the investor of record for the CL pool. 2, BNY Mellon contact the Fed or dealer investor detail to forward information to the issuer. The final draw /PN type 5 submission is received by BNY. So we have to change all of those things to say BNY Mellon. BNY contact the Fed to send a broadcast message to the dealer investor regarding the conversion. And the CLPN conversion is approved for issuance and settlements. So that's basically the steps there, 1 to 5. Michelle, are you okay with that?
You know, I'm slow with the unmute. Yes.
Okay, good. So those are the steps we have for the type 5. Next slide, please. And we have something on modification. Must contact Jenny May. Investor approval is required and must be a manual pool submission. I think that might be changed. That will change in the
So,
future.
It's me again.
Yes, Michelle, you don't have to apologize. Do what you do best. So
Okay.
just give us the information.
Yes. So depending on what your modification is, you know, it's always good to give us maybe an email or something. But most oh, hold on, my other phone is ringing. There you go. Most modifications, especially if it is just merely mortgage increase, that's on MFPDM. So it doesn't have to be, you really don't need to contact Jenny Mae for that. And those would not be manual pool submissions. But if you have a complicated, especially conversion, you definitely need to contact Jenny Mae, and investor approval may be required, and there is a small chance that your particular pool submission may be a manual pool submission. But we're getting more and more away from it. We're currently working on some additional enhancements. So I guess I would say just, you know, maybe whenever you know it, give us a call or an email. But the other two things of investor approval or manual submission, that may not be true. And most likely it probably isn't true at this point, but there still is a chance.
Yeah, but as you said, Michelle, you're right, because sometimes we do get some of these weird nuances with this pool, and the only way for us to get it through is in a manual submission. But as you said, we are definitely moving away from that, and we will have some announcement later when we have some enhancement to MFPDM system actually. So it will be much good news to the users. So that will come a little bit later when that's available. Next slide, please. So Michelle, if you need to comment on this too that we have here, it's multifamily changes and conversion, contact BNY Mellon for system perimeters. Can be done through MFPDM or GenNet for most submission, which is true. Construction loan pools in GenNet must remain in GenNet. HUD approval for mortgage increase/decrease is required, and investor acknowledgement may be required. How about those changes for conversion? Michelle, are you okay with those?
I'm okay. Just the mortgage increase and decrease, we just need to see when we say HUD approval, we're looking to see what do you have from HUD, your mortgage note, any type of modification agreement. We just need to see it.
Okay.
And, yes. And go from there.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
and then we also provide.
Hold on.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I don't even think this is on here. It may be later, but anytime you have any slight change to and I'm thinking now, if there's been some type of error, there's been some type of slip page, you know, that's when those type of changes, we definitely need to know. There are certain, you know, indications where it's not conversions, but this may be actually when you're submitting a pool or you just submitted a pool. But those are certain things where you really need to come to Jenny Mae with those type of issues. But go ahead, Wade.
Okay, Ryan, is there any questions or concerns before I move to the next slide? Anybody has any question for the Queen?
Oh,
I don't see anything yet.
I'm giving Michelle new name now, the queen.
That's all right now.
So on this, and I know Cynthia, you had asked about, we have the GenNet multifamily training, and that might not be for you because since you're doing initial pools now, they should be done on the MFPDM, but we have the MFPDM user manual. So that's one of the tools that you want to get familiar with to kind of understand the process in how to process your pools on the current application. Next slide, please. Polling questions. There are 4 ways to submit a multifamily conversion. Is that a true or a false statement? There are 4 ways to submit a multifamily conversion. Is that a true or a false statement? Let us see what the answer is. Yes, the answer is false. I only know of 2-way right now. So the answer is false. So 86% got that right. We appreciate it. Let's go to the next one. Type 3 conversion is known as the draw method, the conventional method, or the modernized method. What is type 3 conversion known as? Let's see the answers. The answer is actually the conventional method, not the draw method. The modernized method is a type 5. So conventional method was the one that Michelle said most people are or don't use right now, so is a type 5. Next question. For a mortgage decrease, for an increase/decrease mortgage amount, HUD approval for the mortgage decrease is required. And Michelle said among other documents if needed. Can we just see what comes up here for the answer? Nice. Nice, 100%. I appreciate everybody's participation here. This is good. And Michelle, we really appreciate you with your wealth of knowledge to help us for that segment. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Okay, it's now 1:54. I know this is our last segment, document custodian transfer request, and I don't know if people want to take a break for 10 minutes and then we come back and finish up for the rest of the week. So I don't think we had create a break in this session. Should we just take a break or do you want me to go straight ahead? You know what? Let's do this. Let's just break. What's now 1:55? Let's come back at 2:10. I hope that break was good for you. And this is what we have left to do. Types of document custodian transfer request. And again, this is all done in GenNet for now. Overview of document custodian transfer, the request process, and some quick tips. This is our last segment. And if anybody actually used document custodian transfer in current GenNet, this is going to change. And that's what we're currently working on, just to let you know that. We're currently working on a new version of the system, and it's going to be housed in the MyGenMA space. So this document custodian transfer request is going to move away from GeniNet onto MGM. So if you have to do this as part of your process, the later version will be housed in MGM, and it's a look and feel a little bit different. So that is to come in a little bit later this year. We're gonna overview of the document custodian transfer request. You have 4 kinds of document custodian transfer. You have the complete document custodian transfer. We have the partial. We have the complete document custodian merger, and we have the partial custodian merger. Complete and partial transfers, recertification of transferred pools are due 12 months from the effective date of transfer. If you're doing a complete and a partial transfer request, recertification of the transferred pools are due 12 months from the effective date of transfer. Complete and partial merger requests do not require new recertification of the affected transfer pools. The status of the pools pre-merger will remain the same. So again, complete and partial merger requests, we do not require new recertification of those affected pools that were transferred. The status of the pools prior to the merger, though, that will remain the same. Important note, once issuer submits the transfer request, the new document custodian must certify the pending transfer request prior to the specific effective transfer date. That's always a sore point in GeniNet. In our new and improved version, we're gonna make that a little bit different. So if the transfer date is coming up for the custodian, we're gonna actually start sending them notification. But that is to come in the new version. Next slide, please. And this is what just to give you an idea where you'll go, the section where we have that red arrow, document custodian transfer, that's where you'll go to actually do the submission once you set up the request. So that's on your host communication page. You'll go and do your transfer there. Of course, you're going to use your RSA token to do the transmission to the network for the custodian to retrieve. Next slide, please. Demo. We have a demo, and I think this is one I have to do my voice over to. So let me clear my throat and get ready. Document custodian partial. We're good. They're just showing the people who actually worked on this. Of course, you have to log in your user ID, just like the regular thing. User ID and password. Once you log in, you get on the dashboard. You're going to choose tools. And on the tools, you're going to see other application. We're going to choose GeniNet. Once we log into GeniNet, we're going to close this again on the main menu. On the certifications, we're going to look for common. And on the common, we're going to choose document custodian transfer. In document code, we're going to click on new because we want a new transfer, and we have 4 of them. We have complete transfer, partial transfer, complete merger, and partial merger. Let's click on partial transfer. So we're going to put in the new custodian number, the date of the transfer, the regulatory authority. Then we're going to put in one of those consideration. The consideration is what you'll find most of the time on your 11.7, back of the year 11.7.15 form. We're going to choose our previous custodian because remember we're doing a partial. We're going to add the previous custodian. We can add the pool numbers manually, but we choose to do the import. We're going to import those pools. We're going to choose the second. We're going to choose another existing custodian. We get that error message. Of course, I want to show you because you didn't actually select the custodian itself. Again, now we want to do an import again of the pools. Okay. And that custodian, gonna get a message again, it was not selected. Select the custodian. So these are we're saying are the existing custodian. These pools are not going anywhere. These pools are remaining with the custodian of record right now. The transfer is with the new custodian that's up there where it says new. So we're gonna import the pools. And you can import them or type them manually. We have two options. Let's type another one. And we're just put in just a 6-digit pool number we're entering. So let's go and we see these are the pool that's going to the new custodian. And then the second section is the pool that's remaining with the existing custodian. Save successfully. Once it's saved, the status still shows as new. So now we have to we're gonna go to reports. And what this system does, it generates a 11715 along with the pool information. But of course, before you do this, you have to execute a new 11715 because that's how you'll be able to do the selection. But we do generate one here just so you can see the information. This will change a little bit in the new system. So we're going to print out report just to look at it. Of course, if you're used to GenNet, the report does take a while before it actually generates. We're trying to refresh it to make it go faster. We're trying to generate 11715 as part of the transfer. There it is. This is the 11715, and this should match the exact thing that you did when you execute the new 11715 to do the transfer. We have the new custodian information. Then we have the section that should fill out with the name. Of course, it's electronic now, so the names don't actually print on the form. So this shows the pools that will be going to the new custodian. No, I'm sorry, this is the existing custodian. This is gonna remain with, the list 2 shows the existing custodian. So Wells Fargo is gonna keep those pools. Those pools are not going anywhere. I think we have another list. This is also another list 2. These pools are remaining with Wells Fargo again, 622. List 2, all those pools are not going anywhere. Those are the existing custodian. Per GenMA, you have to list, when you're doing a partial, you have to list the new custodian and the existing pools that are remaining with the remaining custodian that are not going through transfer. Now the next list now will show the pools that are going to the new custodian. And that is the list. In the new version, this is also going to change, and it's going to be a little bit more simple than what it is here. Look a little bit confused so we're going to try and clean this up. So once this is generated, the user usually requests the users to keep this for their record. Now we're going to try and do the submission. And it's basic. You select the information from the screen. There's a transaction. Gonna submit that. You can submit, you put in your RSA token and your information there and do the submission to the document custodian, to the document custodian. We're gonna cancel because we're not actually gonna do the submission. So that's basically the document custodian transfer in a nutshell. And as I mentioned, we're gonna change this a little bit. It's gonna look a little bit different in the new version that's coming up. We're currently working on that, so this is gonna be a PDM effort. Just some quick tips before we move on. For complete document custodian transfer or merger, the issuer is required to submit a complete pool list. And again, you want to be careful when you call us. We're hoping that you are sure what you're going to do, because we're going to guide you from the information we're getting from you. So make sure if you're doing a document custodian transfer, that's what you're, complete, that's what you're calling for. If you need help, if you're doing a partial, make sure it's a partial. The reason I'm saying this, because over the years we have had people say they're doing a complete, and we guide them through a complete, but guess what it should be? It should be a partial. So all your portfolio, and you might have 2 or 3 different custodians, all of those pools went to one custodian because you either access for guidance the wrong way, it should have been a partial, but you did a complete. So we had to get a special authorization from Ginnie Mae to do that reversal behind the scenes. So you want to try and prevent that. Make sure it's a complete you're doing or a partial, because if you're not sure, call us, but we're not going to tell you what you want to do. We just can guide you, because we don't want to be, oh, Wade Gale told me to do a complete. No, we'll guide you to do it, but we just want you to tell us what you want. We don't want to give you the wrong thing, so you have to do a reversal sometime. For a partial document custodian transfer or merger, the issuer is required to submit a complete list of the pools being transferred, as well as a pool listing for existing document custodian. That's the current system. If you're doing a partial, you have to give us the pools that go into the new custodian, and also the pools that are remaining with your existing custodian if you have 2 or 3 custodians. The issuer should enter an effective date or transfer as a business day of the month, at least 3 days past the current date and not more than 6 months past the current date. So if you're doing a document custodian, you cannot go in and put in today's date. The system is going to tell it must be 3 days prior to from today's date. If a pool is transferred with a final certification pending, then when the new issuer completes the pending final certification, that certification will close out both the open final certification and pending recertification from the recent transfer. So just be aware of that. An e-notification of approval or rejection is sent to the issuer and the new document custodian. You notice we have the word rejection there. What we are planning with Ginnie Mae's approval in the new system, we're planning that all of these edits up front will happen before you actually do the submission. So most likely when you submit the information, it will be correct. It will be up to now Ginnie Mae to make the decision. Should I approve this transfer in the system and so that it can move on? No, but once you submit now in the new system, you're gonna have everything should be correct. It should be, these pools should be belonging to you. So you shouldn't be getting a rejection on the back end. That's our hope. That's what we're planning to do. Pools listing may be imported or key entered directly into GenNet. So make sure you build your import file, make sure you have the correct information, correct pool numbers, linked to the correct custodian. If you're doing it manually, make sure you do that. I would suggest if you have a large volume, don't do it manually. If you have 6 pools that you're transferring because that's all you have from that custodian, that can be done manually. But if you have thousands of pools, No one wants to sit there and key in 6-digit numbers for 2 hours. So have the import file as a simple text file, build that and do the import into GenNet to do your document custodian transfer. Next slide, please. Oh, knowledge check. We have a knowledge check. Let's see what those questions are. 1, complete and partial requests do not require a new recertification of the affected transfer pools. The status of the pools per pre-merger will remain the same. That's for complete and partial merger. Is that true or false? If you're doing a partial merger or a complete merger, the status of the pools remain the same prior to the merger. Is that a true or false? Let's see what the answers are. Ta-da! The answer is actually true. That's what I just said in one of those quick tips. That if they do not require any recertification of the affected transfer pools, the status of the pools pre-merger will remain the same. So that is actually true. I think people think I was punking them, but I wasn't. The answer was true for that one. Let's see what the second question. How many types of document custodian transfer requests are available? Is it 6? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it 6? Is it 3? Is it 4? What is the correct answer, everyone? Drum roll. Let's see the answer. It is actually 4. A complete transfer, a partial transfer, a complete merger, and a partial merger. So there are actually 4. Is there another question? Currently, all document custodian transfer or merger are processed via where? Do we do that on IPMS? Are we currently doing this in MFPDM? Or are we doing it in good old GenNet? Is it IPMS, MFPDM, or GenNet? Where do we currently do document custodian transfers? Look at that. If I could just hug everybody online right now, that is so cool. The answer is actually GenNet. That's the only place right now you can do your document custodian transfer or merger requests on GenNet. So I appreciate your effort in answering our polling questions. We call those all a knowledge check. After we give the information, just want to make sure people can retain that information. We have some resources and questions. Let's see, just the usual guide that we have on there. And of course, let's see the next page. Do we have the resources? Some of the resources are there. QRCs. We recommend Cynthia. There's a lot of QRCs out there for MFPDM, the user manual, and of course, the biggest guide, and I always call it the Bible, is the GenMay MBS guide. That's the source. That's the big dog there. That has all the necessary information. So we wanted to use that, utilize it. And what I say, read up. If you're not clear on certain things, get in touch with your AE. If it's more on the application part of the things, get in touch with my group. It's either Pam, Erica, or Sean. Get in touch with my group. How do we do this? And what we're doing now on a lot of this process is actually we're with the aid of Microsoft Teams. That gives us another tool to actually watch a person do what they're doing, and then we can guide them. So that's a good tool that we're using. So just in case you're not clear on certain things, you can always set up something and we can walk you through the process by watching you do it, and then we can tell you if everything is working well or if you're following the steps correctly. But read the guide. As I said, some people are not big on reading the user manual. That's why we actually have the short versions of those QRCs to help you with the process. Is there a next slide? Q&A. Is there any questions, anything that we said that we mentioned on Monday, on Tuesday, and today that you need clarification on? Just let us know in the chat, or you can come off mic and we can hear you talk. Just let us know if anything that we said for those 3 days you're not too clear on. Ryan, is there anything?
I do not see any questions in the Q&A or the chat.
Okay. Michelle Murphy, is there anything you'll want to just emphasize before we kind of wrap this session up for this time? It's in.
So thank you, Wade. So I just really wanted to say thank you to everyone for attending, especially on a Friday afternoon. Please, we really appreciate it. We really do. If you have any questions ever about anything with new pool processing, or even beforehand when you're rate locking a pool or doing anything, or even just having discussions with FHA or USDA about new projects that need to be securitized. Definitely, we're always here. We're always open to discussions, conference calls, answering your questions. We're here for you. I like to tell people that that's technically what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right. So
We get paid for
that's what we
Jenny.
get paid for. So I don't have any additional questions. Just this afternoon, just letting everyone know that we are here for for everyone, and thanking both Wade and his staff for all their hard work.
Much appreciated, Michelle. We're willing to do it, and the team is dedicated as a customer service team to help the issuers. So more power to us. We're willing to help anytime. Ryan or Steve, is there any final message, any wrap up for your team? Are we doing a survey? I'm not too sure.
I dropped a link in the chat, so that should go right to where it needs to. But other than that, I don't have anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Again,
I
I just Sean, Sean, you can go.
Oh no, I was just gonna wrap up today's training session, and thank everyone for joining. Please be sure to fill out this survey that Ryan linked to in the chat. That really helps us out for future trainings. And thanks a lot, Wade and Michelle, for your input on today's session.
No problem, sir.
All right, thank you, everyone. Y'all have a great weekend.